Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me. This will be a quick pick a card reading for what are your strengths and gifts. So we have 3 different piles here, as you can see. We have pile 1 with the bell, pile 2 with the pyrite, and pile 3 with the sage. And go ahead and see which one you feel drawn to, and we'll begin. So we'll begin with pile 1. Get started there. Alright, if you picked the bell, let's see what are your strengths and gifts. Pile 1, strength and gifts. Wow. You have a lot of passion? Okay, interesting. You could get a lot of insights as well. Like, yeah, there's something about your power over your words as well. I feel like you could be the leader in the pack, or tell us more. What are their gifts and strengths? I feel like you have a really authoritative way of speaking. Yeah, there's something about you that's very stable and solid as well. Alright, let's see. What are pile 1's strengths and gifts? Yeah, you could like be a lawyer, or you work with like business sales. Like you could be good at that. Like you could be really good at like getting people hyped almost. Like there's something about your communication that can be really strategic. Anything else? Interesting. You could read people very well as well. Like you could be into like intuitive type, maybe like movies or art or something like that. Maybe books. Like you could be a book reader. I think you know how to open doors as well. Yeah, I feel like there's something about you that's very potent or very like directed in some way, shape, or form. Like you could take or seize opportunities. Yeah, there's something about you that's very like strategic and wise and calculated. You could have Capricorn placements, maybe Cancer placements. Luck and right timing here. Yeah, you could be really intuitive on like when to strike, when to like, especially if you work in something to do with marketing or something. Like you could understand trends or like how to unlock things is what I'm getting, like literal doors. Like you could work with doors. Tell us more about their Moulin Rouge was already out, so maybe there's something about you like working with high rollers or something like that. Tell us about their strengths and gifts. Yeah, I feel like you could be really good at like contracts or like closing deals, signing deals. You could also work in litigation or something. You could be like working in real estate as well, or like or family law or something like that. Like you could do well in that, like settling agreements between people. Yeah, I feel like you're really like sharp or intuitive in some sense. So yeah, there's something so grounded about you as well. So let's get some zodiac signs that you could be if this reading is for you. So pile 1, strength and gifts. Tell us more. Capricorn. Yeah, we already mentioned Capricorn. So this is somebody that's very sure-footed, right? Very calculated. But you could have like fire sign in your chart as well, or air sign, which allows you to have this ability to like spark up people or communicate well. Mercury, yeah, Gemini, just as we said. Interesting. Analyzing, letting your mind tell you how. And it also rules communication. Mercury rules communication. So 6th house, yeah, Virgo energy. So something very diligent or routine as a part of your skill base. Or maybe you have Virgo placements, like you like things ordered, or you work in finance or closing, or like maybe payments. You could work in accounting. 8th house, yeah, just as we say that, because I know a lot of Scorpios I meet tend to work in accounting because Pluto rules wealth, right? It rules the underground, it rules sometimes manipulation, but also intimacy and so many different things, really. So hope you enjoyed this quick little reading. Please hit like, subscribe. Yeah, you could be very persuasive as well. There's something about persuasive skills, because usually Scorpios have like a lot of persuasiveness or like sexiness. There's an intensity there. There's something like getting to the root of a situation, like having power over situations. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit like, subscribe. You can get a personal using the Buy Me a Coffee link, or leave a tip through there. Good luck. Take care. All right, pile 2. Thank you for being here. Let's see what your strengths and gifts are for pile 2. Oh, shit. Influencer. Interesting. Pile 2. Something about you could be very like, very like, I have to find the right word. It's like marketing, maybe. It's like, hmm. That's so interesting. So the first reading, the first pile, I kept explaining how their strength was about talking or communicating or being persuasive. But in yours, I would say it's more about your ability to not talk or like hold back. So let's see. Like maybe you're more about like, maybe you don't speak much, but like there's something about you or your energy or your looks that convey a lot. Tell us more about their strengths and gifts for pile 2, please. I feel like you're very independent for pile 2, strengths and gifts. Yeah, new beginnings. Interesting. You could be really good with clothing as well, like something about your style, or you could work in creative arts, or like your style, like maybe you do design, or like even UI design, or just designing, like interior decorating, or maybe you work with like makeup, or like hairstylists, all that kind of jazz. Maybe beauty pageants, fashion, music, dance, things like that. Tell us more about their strengths and gifts. I feel like you are also maybe an entrepreneur, or you do things, you start things by yourself. Like you don't wait for others. You get that loan, you get the whatever, the support you need. Like you can start your own fire type speak. Yeah, you're so creative. Like you could work in music, or maybe you work with women, or maybe you work with design art. Anything that allows you to kind of tap into that level of creativity could be really important for you. Also, like healing modalities, maybe like music specifically. Um, you could also be extremely like intuitive or something, or interesting. Yeah, you could be very like kind as well. Um, you work hard as well too. Like you're not. I feel like you are very like in your element. Every day you have like goals, you have dreams, you spark yourself up, you get your own ignition going or something. Um, and there's something about your ability to flow as well, or finish projects. Like I think you're good at closing or finishing projects. Not closing as like a business deal, but like completing things. Um, publishing them or sending them through to the final stages. Like maybe people in your field are not, maybe this is a field that maybe this is just some, I don't know, but maybe you work in an artistic field and most people don't really like finish their projects, and you're definitely finishing. So let's get your skills, your talents, your gifts, your strengths for pile 2. Healer, yeah, interesting. Protection. Hmm. Candle magic. So there is like some ties to the first reading, but yeah. Tell us more about strengths and gifts for pile 2. Something about let me just think. Yeah, you could be very like good at like conveying a sense of power in some way, shape, or form. Say yes to change. Interesting. You could be very good at just diving into whatever kind of sparks your heart. We see all the colors there. Your reading is very colorful. So maybe colors, maybe you work with colors, or colors are really important for you, or like the colors you wear, the crystals you wear, whatever, the way you style things, the way you can get people involved with colors, or maybe you work in marketing, or I really get like a design element here almost. Let's see more about your strengths and gifts. You can create things. You're creating things. Yeah. I think you know how to bring people together as well. That could be part of your gifts or strengths as well. Anything else? Yeah, you're definitely like a social butterfly, very caring, very loving. Um, you create abundance everywhere you go. You could work in landscaping as well, or that could be an avenue growth of any kind of sort. You are very sensible as well. You could ever sign placements. You're very quiet though, is what I'm getting as well. You could just work really well with others. You know how to like get the support you need, or change, evolve. Yeah, your strengths are really nice. They're really like you could have Cancer placements or Pisces placements, even Leo placements. Let's see. Tell us more about their strengths. Can you tell us? Actually, let's go with the Egyptian. Strengths and gifts for pile 2, please. Strengths and gifts. Fruitfulness, yeah, very fruitful, very abundant. Protection, yeah, you know how to like nurture things into completion. Like you might be a gardener, or maybe you have like a greenhouse or something like that. I think you could be like a really good boss as well, like a caring figure of some sort. Um, I'm going to pull actually one of these for you guys. Tell us more about pile 2 strengths and gifts, please. Pomegranate, wow. I've never even seen this card in this deck. Time, wow. I've literally never got these. Daisy on the bottom, gorgeous. Okay, let's see pomegranate. The rules of Hades' underworld were remarkably similar to the rules of the Fae. So maybe you work with really powerful people. As long as you consumed neither food nor drink, they could not keep you. And so when Zeus demanded that Hades had released Persephone, okay, sorry about that. Anyways, yeah, maybe you're just really calm in the face of anything and everything. That could also be a strength for you. So when Zeus demanded Hades release Persephone, Hades had no choice because Persephone had eaten nothing during her time with him. But pleading with her to stay, he made one final attempt and offered her a pomegranate. Persephone, knowing all too well what she did, chose in the end to consume 6 tiny pomegranate seeds, making it so she would remain queen of the underworld for 6 months out of the year. Because of this tale, the mysterious, vibrant colored fruit is best known for its love. You could work in travel or like sales, travel sales or something. For its love magic, but it's also useful for prosperity, divination, and creativity spells. Yeah, creativity, right? Prosperity. Yeah, you could know how to manifest. Maybe you work with, maybe you do things like that, like you create beautiful altars, or you know how to work spells and rituals that are really positive and work with Aphrodite. Let's see, time. Or you should, right? Maybe you should have an altar dedicated to those positive things you want to attract in your life. Manifestations. Time. Yeah, you could be really patient as well. Knights riding off to the Crusades would receive scarves embroidered with time. So that kind of fashion element, maybe your style or something to do with styling others, or maybe you have like a boutique store or something like that, or you sell clothing, or you'd be really good at that kind of stuff. With time to keep them safe. Like roses, it also attracts fairies, so it's said that they love to dance among its leaves and blossoms. So you might be a dancer. Or you're just very fluid and flowy. Time is a friendly, gentle herb, inviting strength and courage. So you could be very friendly and gentle, as well as health and simple pleasures. When you think maybe you're a good cook or you eat very healthy, when you think about the idea of seeing fairies, what does that mean to you? For some, it may mean genuinely casting your eyes upon the fae. For others, it may mean becoming more aware of the unknown and unseen powers of this world, embracing the natural magic that is daily life. So manifestation, right? Given the stresses of the everyday, sometimes that magic can be just as difficult to see as when creatures are elven folk. When you begin to feel blind, maybe you work with children, feel blinded to forest magic, call upon time, carry it with you like the knights of yore. Interesting. Yeah, you could work. You could be a mother, or you could be good at working with mothers, or maybe that's part of your career as well, or a natural skill or strength. Maybe you're a midwife or something like that. But I'm going to end it there. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit like, subscribe. You can get a personal using the Buy Me a Coffee link, or leave a tip through there. Good luck. Take care. Welcome, Pile 3. Thank you for being here for your strengths and gifts. I'm actually going to light some right now because why not cleanse the energy from the previous reads. Pile 3, strengths and gifts. Alrighty. Actually, I might need to move that into the frame. Pile 3, strengths and gifts. You could be a hard worker, or you have an ability to bounce back almost, is what I'm sensing. Treat others as you wish to be treated. Your energy attracts the energy you send out. This could be about your networks or your ability to like get opportunities from other people or something like that. Maybe you're very intuitive or innovative. Let's just move this off to the side. Let's see more about, you know what, I haven't been called to use this for any of the other readings, but I am in yours. Strengths and gifts for pile 3. Pile 3, strengths and gifts. Tarantula, interesting. So maybe you're a careful planner. Alrighty, let's see. At a crossroad and claiming life's purpose, the tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing life's deeper purpose and dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream, yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. So maybe you're good at focusing. In order to find true happiness, you must choose dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers, patient and calm like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows. You choose wisely. When imbalance follows intuition, yeah, there's something very intuitive. When out of balance hesitates or over-intellectualizes. Interesting. Daily journaling. Interesting. Alrighty. Let's see what else we can get for your strengths and gifts for pile number 3. Pile 3, strengths and gifts. Those who pick this pile. Money. Managing, going like at a good steady pace. Interesting. Pile 3's gifts and strengths, please. Pile 3. You could study others very intently. Pile 3's gifts. Tell me more. Pile 3's gifts. Pile 3's gifts and strengths, please. You could fix things, like you could be a repairman or something like that. Or maybe you work in an area that not many people other people work in. You could give direction to people as well, like you could be a counselor or something like that. Yeah, you're very deep as well. You could work in like behind the scenes ways. Let's see what else we can get for your strengths and gifts. Actually, let's use this fun little deck. What are pile 3 strengths and gifts, please? Yeah, you could help people move beyond, like maybe crisis counselor, or like maybe insurance, or maybe you'd work with something to do with like scorpionic themes. Interesting. Yeah, you could calm situations down. Maybe you're like a cop. Maybe you're very protective, or maybe you're like a bodyguard. Let's see, your strengths and gifts. Let's get the Egyptian. Strengths and gifts, pile 3. Strengths and gifts. Meditation. Interesting. Justice. Like you could be a judge, or maybe you make very good decisions. Yeah, you could make healing in like contracts. Maybe you're like similar to pile 1, but you work in the legal field, but it's more for like suing, like maybe like I don't know, something like that, or protection. Yeah, you could like help people. Yeah, protection, just as I say that, and devastation. So maybe you work with like people whose houses have like been destroyed, or maybe this is more about conflicts with others. Maybe criminal justice type vibes. Pile 3 strengths and gifts for pile 3, please. Saturn, wow. Anything else? Being very realistic and grounded could be a part of your strengths. A fair deal, interesting. 6th house. 10th house. It's giving similar vibes to pile 1 actually, which is interesting. Yeah, I feel like you could make like a good judge or a criminal, or like maybe not criminal, but like you work with criminals, or maybe you're in the military. Like that could also be a strength and gift. What is pile 3 strengths and gifts, please? Oh my god. You could handle chaos and conflict really well. You could also work with houses or repairing things. Let's grab some familiars. Pile 3 strengths and gifts, please. Yeah, very strong energy for sure. Let's see. Flying serpents, ancient blame, rising high upon a flame. Purpose. Maybe you're like a firefighter. Purpose fueled to birth, ignite as revelations come to light. Interesting. Authenticity. Opportunities await as old patterns end. Own up and confess. Be the best version of yourself. Destruction. Connected with Lucifer, Tiamat, Belial. Lilith, cast a form of protection before invoking a dragon. So there is a real strength. Maybe you have to use your strength in your work, and that's what you should be doing to invoke it. Place black candles north and south, or you somehow like are very like authoritative in some way, shape, or form. Maybe. Let's see, Toad. Oh, there it is. You could be very good at like catching people in lies. Like maybe you work with like little details. You're really good at details. Not doubting yourself could be really important, or as a part of your strength as well. You could be very patient as well, and very calculated, and very like kind of Saturnian in that way. That's interesting. I was sensing the wasp energy, and it was there already out on the board, so on the table. I mean, let's just check out wasp. There it is. Opened right to it. Let's see. Being patient. You could be like a good secret keeper as well. Like you could work in a way that you have to be very confidential or secretive in some way, like behind the scenes. Like you could work for like the FBI or something like that in a legal kind of, maybe for the government. Maybe you work in the government, or you would be good at that because you're very responsible. There's also something very clear cut about you, very powerful as well in this sense. So, okay. Let's see. Last messages on pile 3's strengths. You could like make people tell you things, or like you could be good at that. You could read people very well as well. Yeah, there's something about like you can read people very well or something. Pile 3 strengths and gifts for pile 3. You could work with like abortions or healing modalities after people have lost children. You could deal with women or be good with women who you could help advocate for like divorce things and like separations for women in those areas. Tell us more about pile 3's strengths, please. Strengths for pile 3, strengths and gifts. Standing stones, spinning wheel. Let's see. Elder wisdom. So maybe you're older, or you have like a sense of like old world wisdom. You could be a good solution like solver, like a problem solver as well. Or you're very like diligent in coming to a solution. You could do like project, like dealing with projects of some sort. Yeah, you could like facilitate, enemies kind of working together, or like coming to a conclusion maybe, or something like that. Oh shit! Didn't mean for that to happen. Okay. Last messages for pile 3's strengths and gifts, please. Hydration. Be mindful of what hides beneath the surface. So there is something here about being good at like reading the room, seeing the truth that others hide, maybe Scorpio energy. You could be good at like coaching people as well, like self-worth and like power and wealth, and like business coaches, or if you have multiple different businesses. You could also be good at like building real structure in your life or in finances, or maybe you work with like prenups or something to do with that as well. So very interesting energy. I don't think we pulled one of these. Tell us about pile 3 strengths. Yeah. I feel like you help people have strength after a period when they might not have. Last messages for pile 3's. Oh my god. Strengths and gifts for pile 3. Yeah, you could work like in bodybuilding as well, or something to do with like building. I don't know, health, like nutritionist. Like look, maybe you're a doctor, or you can like get to like health issues that are like very minute or very like tailored or very like, I don't know, like you can see something based on the facts or something like that. Um, like analytical, but it's more than that. It's more like piercing. It's more like the core of a situation almost. You could like puzzles as well. Okay, let's see. Last messages for pile. Oh my god, pile 3 strengths. Like you could do demolition. Yeah, cracking, breaking things apart, breaking things open. Cases. Like you could be a good investigative journalist. You can also restore things, or you might work with antiques. Or you might know how to bring life to things, or like sense the past. Maybe you're good at like psychometry. Like where you hold an object and then you can just like read a person or something like that. Yeah, I feel like you're very multifaceted. Like you see many different sides of a situation, which helps you to read things. This could be more from like the logical perspective, but it might be intuitive as well. Yeah, I feel like you can get people out of sticky situations, or maybe debt, or maybe you're like a financial advisor of some sort. But I'm going to end this here. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit like, subscribe. You can get a personal using the Buy Me a Coffee link, or leave a tip through there. Good luck. Take care.